So in this video, I wanted to talk about gang stalkers on my channel because you guys might, you might worry about that. And I do appreciate the fact that you're worried about that. I appreciate, the fact that you would bring that to my attention. First, let me just start by saying that I'm really good at knowing when a stalker's on my channel. Like, I would actually say that a large percentage of the people on my channel are probably gang stalkers. They're pretty easy to spot, to be honest. I can actually just tell when a person is a stalker. So I don't police my channel that much. The only time I actually police the channel is when they become like super aggressive. Like if they're like, they're really super toxic, and then I will ban them. But like if they just come on my channel and sort of lay low, I'll let them do that. I don't want to be, and the reason why is because I don't want to get in the habit of policing the channel too much. So first off, the gang stalkers are going to be able to come on my channel. I can't really regulate who comes on my channel, so I don't really try to do that. There's nothing that they can throw at me that I would just, that I would be really worried about. And I kind of know like their tactics, like the nice guy tactics, stuff that they do. And let's just say that I could just kind of sense it. I mean, if you wanted to be honest, I could kind of sense gang stalkers. Like if they come on my channel, it's like a sixth sense. I kind of just know. And it's like I can just sense it. Like there's something about gang stalkers that I can almost sense it. It's almost like I have a sixth sense and I can just pick up on it. So, like if they're a gang stalker, there's a very high probability that I will know it because I'll sense it somehow. So I deal with them all the time. I always know. It seems like I always know. Like I would just know, but I won't just immediately ban them. And I don't really feel the need to do that. And I don't want the channel to become too toxic as far as just like me dealing with stalkers and stuff like on the channel. The channel mainly is designed to just provide evidence of gang stalking. So them coming onto the channel is not that big of a deal. I deal with gang stalkers out in the real world every day. And I deal with them all day long. So like if they come on my channel, I don't really consider that too big of a deal because I deal with them all the time in the real world. So dealing with gang stalkers is a part of life. So I don't really feel like I have to police the channel too much. Now, if they get like aggressive, I will police the channel at that point. Like if they get aggressive, like if they start saying, blah, 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 and they start attacking people and just getting really like super aggressive, then I will ban them. But I interact with the ones who aren't, even if I know they're gang stalkers. Like there was a guy who kept asking me to do with this interview. And I didn't ban him. I mean, I already knew he was a gang stalker. He knew that I knew. And I just was like, okay, well, if you don't do anything super toxic, I'll interact with you. So that's been my attitude. So in the real world, I don't really interact with gang stalkers. But on the channel, I will sort of interact with them a little bit. So like, and I know their tricks. So like, I kind of I won't really fall for their tricks because I know their tricks. So like, and then, certain things they say and certain, they have a demeanor about them that I pick up on pretty immediately. You can kind of just tell. I don't know how I can tell, but I can always tell. And so like, I don't really want to get into the habit of like just automatically just banning them as soon as they come on, because you got to remember they're going to come on a channel and they're going to throw their best at me, and that's just part of the game. Like they throw their best at me in the real world, and they're gonna throw their best at me on this channel, and you can't really stop them from trying to throw their best at me. So I don't want to get into the habit of trying to prevent them from throwing their best at me. Like gang stalkers are going to give it their best shot, and you're just gonna have to just be able to just deal with that. Like, so I don't want to get to the point where I'm trying to prevent them from giving it their best shot because I know they're going to. At the same time, like if they become super aggressive, if they start attacking you guys, if they start just, doing all their gang stalker stuff and it becomes like super obvious that they're doing that, then at that point I will regulate them or ban them. But like if they come on the channel and they're pretty low key, like they don't disrupt the channel that much, I'll basically just let them, interact with them. I don't really feel threatened by the gang stalkers, so I kind of just give them a wide berth because I don't feel threatened by them. And I can tell you guys, there's probably at least 4 people on my channel that I suspect are gang stalkers who I interact with. Okay, so like I'm just saying, like, you know, even one of the newer subscribers, I'm pretty sure is a gang stalker. I mean, they're pretty easy to spot. Like, you know, I'm not going to really just, I'm not going to do anything about it unless I have to. It's kind of my attitude. So if it gets to the point where I have to do something about it, I'll do something about it. But I gotta just like when it comes down, like I deal with gang stalkers all day long. And it's a spiritual war, so like they're gonna be able to attack you and you have to be able to deal with it. And they're pretty easy to spot, so like I just remember that like I'm nice to everybody unless they give me a reason not to be, and that's my attitude. So like even gang stalkers, except in the real world, like in the real world, if I'm nice to them, then that can be used against me. Like they'll start, you know, trying to use it against me. If I feel like it'll become a problem, then I'll sort of deal with it. But if it's not a problem, like if it's on a channel, basically, if I feel like it's going to be a problem for me, I will do something about it. But if I don't really think that it's going to be a problem or it can escalate into a huge problem, and then I'll have to deal with it and it'll become like super aggressive or dangerous or something, then at that point. So like, and I don't want to get to the point of like, I don't want to make accusations. Like if someone comes on my channel, I don't just want to make an accusation or just say that that person is guilty just because I think they're gang stalkers. So, yeah, I actually, so basically I'm really good at kind of knowing when a person is a stalker on my channel. Like I haven't been wrong about anyone yet on my channel, really. And I'm not wrong about people in the actual world. And I've had so the guy, it's just like the story I told you guys a couple of days ago, or a gang stalker comes up to me and he pretends he's a targeted individual. I actually dealt with this guy later today. And I knew the guy was a stalker. I still had the conversation with him, but I knew he was a stalker. I still had the conversation with him, like he wanted to do all this chit chat, and I knew the guy was a stalker. Like I told you guys about the guy, and I mean, it didn't stop me from just, you know, playing the game. So like, if they come onto my channel and they play the game, I mean, I'm fine with them playing the game. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. So that's pretty much my attitude. There's nothing that the gang stalkers really throw at me that I haven't dealt with, and I'm not going to be able to deal with. So, I mean, I just let them give it their best shot. I'm not worried about them. I've already beaten the operation, so they can do whatever they want, is my attitude. There's nothing, I mean, I've beaten the operation. What is he going to do? Like, he's going to, I don't know. I just don't consider any of the people on my channel an actual threat to me. So I give them a wide berth. And like I said, unless they're super aggressive. Unless they're just like, you know, attacking me, attacking you guys, attacking the people on my channel, and making just disrupting the natural flow of the channel. But if they behave, they can stay on the channel. I don't care. I'm not worried about them, to be honest. I do appreciate, you know, the fact that you guys would want to bring them to my attention. But believe me when I tell you, I suspect a lot of people, more than a few people on my channel, are gang stalkers. Like, they're gonna come on the channel and they're gonna give it their best shot. I mean, you got to remember, if they're, you know, they'll interact with you. They have to interact with you. I mean, you know, they'll be like, you know, the little chat, you know, like the chat. They like to say little things like, you know, la 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 la. That's what they do. They chat. They run their mouths, you know, chat. They, you know, they peck away at you. So when they do that chat, and you know, the flattery and all that stuff, you know, they like to flatter you. The other guy, the gang stalker who pretended to be a TI, he was all flattering because they're psychopaths. Psychopaths have that superficial charm, flattery, blah, 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 blah. You know, they say, oh, you're my hero and all that stuff. And I don't want to make it, I mean, if they're being nice, regardless of their motives, I have no reason to, like, be like, screw you. So like, I mean, it's all part of the plan, but like I said, unless they give me a reason to take action, I won't take action unless they give me a reason to. So that's been my attitude. It's, you know, so I think that's a healthy attitude because I don't want this to become a toxic channel. So the gang stalkers are about making you toxic. So that's why I don't really want to respond to them in a toxic way, because they want to make things toxic. So you don't you don't want to become toxic. So as far as I'm concerned, if the gang stalkers don't do anything too extreme, they can do whatever they want. So like in the real world, I'm less lenient because, like I said, in the real world, if I give them a birth, they can use that against me at some point. Like with the last guy, he keep coming back acting like we're friends and then making up accusations saying that I spoke to him first and all this stuff. I was like, I didn't speak to you first at all. But see, they keep coming back in the real world. So I have to just, and then it gives them like a pass in order for them to, keep interacting with me. So in the real world, I'm less tolerant. On this channel, or I have complete control over this channel. If they get aggressive, I will just ban them, and that's the end of it. So that's why I give them a wide berth on the channel as opposed to the real world. In the real world, I don't give them any kind of berth. But that's because like they'll keep approaching me and keep interacting with me if I give them a berth in the real world. So I have to cut them off immediately. But on the channel, I have control over the channel. If they get disruptive, I ban them, snap of the fingers, so I can allow them to sort of operate a little bit more on this channel as opposed to the real world. I can actually be nice to them on the channel and get away with it, because if they ever become a problem, I can immediately ban them. So that's why in the real world I can't afford to be that generous, because like I said, it'll escalate and then I have to get the police involved, so I don't really want to go through that. So that's kind of the reasoning behind it. But I prefer to be nice to everybody, even the gang stalkers, if I have that option. That's why I allow them to do their little, like you said, their NWO, whatever. I mean, I'm not worried about it, to be honest. I mean, they can say, I know every trick. There's nothing they're going to say that's going to really matter. I mean, if they're going to do something, they're going to do something, or if not. I mean, the mind game stuff doesn't work on me anymore, so I don't stress the mind game stuff because it doesn't work on me. I don't have to worry about that stuff. So I do appreciate it, but remember, this channel is for you guys. It's for you guys. As long as you guys have these videos and you can look at these videos and this channel mainly is for all of you. And I'm just, as long as I know that you have access to it and you got these videos and, and everything that you're going through has been proven, I think that's most important. So I just try to focus on that. And I don't want this channel to become something super toxic. But yeah, it's like I said, these people are evil, and you could tell they're evil. Like, I can sense it. I mean, I can sense it. I don't know how I can sense it, but I can sense it. It's like a darkness in them. They affect you spiritually. And we can't run from this. We have to face it, in my opinion. You can't run from this evil. It's an evil. Like, when gang stalkers do something, you can sense it. They're attacking you on a spiritual level, and you can sense it. Like, I can sense gang stalkers. Like, I can sense them like in a spiritual level. I can't really describe it or explain it. So I don't run from them. I just face it. And that's why, and I try to be as nice to them. If I can be nice, I'll try to do that. Even if I know they're evil, I try to just still do that. So yeah, I do appreciate the lookouts, guys, and they are bringing that to my attention. And yeah, I just want you guys to just kind of know where my head is at with this. And as long as they're not bothering you, especially, I think I'll just go ahead and let them just do whatever they want and not really stress it that much. So with that said, let me go ahead and close.